If the end that you want is clear, you've got to live in that end. The problem is a lot of you don't have a clear end, like marriage or happily ever after. You don't even, it's muddied because you think this isn't possible. We're not talking. He's blocked me. We're long distance. There's a third party. You've got all the reasons logically why that end isn't possible. And therefore you can't even think of the end. However, you need the end because that's the state you need to be in. The state of having it now, not the state of waiting for it. All right, guys, it's happily ever after time. Woo woo. So guys, this September in the squad, we are doing the ultimate course to get the ultimate commitment from your specific person. It's called Happily Ever After. And I've done it in conjunction with the beautiful Marianne, one of our mentors in the squad, who is herself married from what she learnt from our group and what she learnt about the law of assumption. If you watch the interview that we just did in the squad, you will understand how she went on the journey of losing him actually twice and getting him back and now being married. And the reason she did that was because she got into the state of married and manifested from that state. And the question someone's asked today is how to stop being in the waiting state. And a lot of you are in the waiting state when you're trying to manifest commitment. And in Happily Ever After, we're no longer in the waiting state. We're putting you in the state of married or committed to or living together, whatever you wish. Some of you may not want marriage. However, in this course, and it's a course with 4 workbooks and 3 videos, I will be teaching you how some of you might be saying, oh, I don't care about marriage because you don't believe you deserve it. Some of you saying that is coming from your self-concept. I know I used to be that person. And in that interview, I discussed with Marianne how I've discovered that I never ended up getting married early on because I never wanted it in my head. So what was I going to manifest? Not being married, right? Now that I'm older, I don't think the way I used to. Now that I know the law, I certainly don't think that way. But I used to think that way for a really, really long time. And a lot of you are in the waiting state or even in the I don't need that state. And then you're wondering why you never end up with the commitment. So in Happily Ever After, we're not actually analysing all of our self-concept issues like we do in most of my other courses. What we're doing is no longer being in the waiting state and getting fully in the state of committed to. So there's going to be a ton of visualization and scripting tasks, and we're going through the process of meeting them. Now, this can be someone you're already with or someone you haven't even met yet, but you can reimagine and revise meeting them. So say you met on a dating site and there were fucking 10 other girls when you met them and you can't stand the way you met. You can revise that story and make it the romantic, beautiful, notebook-esque romance that you want, okay? Except the dying together in the bed part at the end. You want to create your own fairy tale with this course, and you're reimagining what either happened already, has happened, or totally laying it out the way you want it to go, even if you're not with someone right now, right? So it's for everyone. And it's for the ultimate commitment, whatever that's like in your head. So then we go through from meeting to your life together before you get married, then the engagement, the marriage, and then life together afterwards, happily ever after, not just wedding day, right? We're imagining our whole lives. So in this question, how to not be in the waiting state, a lot of you aren't in the state of the end. Now, when Neville Goddard speaks of living in the end he's talking about is whatever it is you'd want. That's why we called it happily ever after. Some of you, the end you think is like the wedding day. Is that all you want? Or some of you, you think the end is a call or a text. Is that all you want? Because you could get the wedding day and end up divorced a couple of months later. You could get the text and they never, ever commit to you. You just get a couple of texts. We want the end, the happily ever after, the beautiful marriage, the kids, the living together, the growing old together and in love. And that's what we're doing in this course, because some of you, A, don't feel you deserve it, B, can't even imagine it, don't know how to. A lot of you say, oh, I'm trying to live in the end of being with my specific person. We're not even talking right now. How do I do that, Loz? So this course will help you with that. And we give you all the prompts you need to be able to do it in an easy way, because so many of you find this so hard. And that's why you kind of manifest in steps of like, I'll get a text, then I'll get a call, then they're going to say that they want to see me. Then, guys, that's the how. We don't manifest the how, we go to the end. We don't worry about how it's going to come about. And if you watch Marianne's interview that's live in the squad now, and please excuse our faces in it because it looked fine while we were doing it live. Marianne's here, I'm here, you can see us. As soon as we published it on Facebook in the squad, I'm like zoomed in like this and you can only see like the top of Marianne's head. It's so depressing. It was the greatest success interview I've ever done. Please go and watch it. Now, it's exclusive in the squad right now, but it'll eventually end up on the YouTube, My Subconscious Laws YouTube, but the quality of it's shit. I'm so sorry. But go and watch that and you'll hear the journey of Marianne from start to finish, from meeting him and it being wonderful to them splitting up. They were long distance, by the way, and they only knew each other for 10 days, then ended up together. And he had no qualms about the fact that it was long distance, but she did. Then all her fears came true. Then all her fears about worrying about third parties and trust issues and everything, she manifested breakups with that. It's an amazing step by step interview. Now, Marianne went from being in my free group to being in my squad, to me choosing her as a mentor, to then becoming one of my staff members. And she does Mentor Monday every second Monday in the squad, leading the mentors on themes that came up in the Q&A forum that week. So the wisdom of Marianne is something you'll really want to hear in that interview. And she also did this course with me, utilizing what she did. And she goes in depth in the interview about how she really got into the state of married. And then he started calling her wife. Like, you've got to watch it. It's like a playbook about how to manifest marriage. And this is your step-by-step guide to do it yourself. So you'll listen to Marianne's interview and then do this with us step by step, so you'll actually do it for yourself. Because it's all very well listening, guys, to interviews. But you can listen and not do. And as Neville Goddard used to say, be a doer, not a listener only. Don't just listen to the interview and then think by osmosis you're going to manifest your happily ever after. You have to actually do the steps to get yourself into the state. Marianne had to do the steps to get herself into the state of married to then manifest marriage, right? So a lot of you watch videos, but don't do the doing. All of my courses, I mean, you don't need to do my courses, guys. You don't need courses to manifest, but they're about implementation, implementing the steps to get it for yourself. Because a lot of you, A, don't know where to start, B, don't know what to visualize or script or imagine. You get very triggered by your 3D reality, and then you undo everything you've learned from watching. You've got to do the doing. Now, how do you do the doing? You have to apply. Yes, Caleb, exactly. Apply. You can't go and do school and then never do tests, right? These are kind of assessing if you're even doing it right. Okay, also doing the steps to learn how to do it. I do by doing, not by listening. If someone just tells me how to do something, I'm like, whatever. Can you show me? Can I do it while and after you've done it? Can I do it? Because I won't learn it otherwise. I do that all the time. And a lot of you aren't doing the doing, and that's the problem, and that's what this course is all about. So let's go back to it. How to not be in the waiting state. General manifestation-wise or with love. If the end that you want is clear, you've got to live in that end. The problem is a lot of you don't have a clear end, like marriage or happily ever after. You don't even, it's muddied because you think, this isn't possible, we're not talking, he's blocked me, we're long distance, there's a third party. You've got all the reasons logically why that end isn't possible. And therefore you can't even think of the end. However, you need the end because that's the state you need to be in, the state of having it now, not the state of waiting for it. So what you need to do is imagine you deserve this and live there, not live here waiting for it. So in the case of like ordering from a restaurant, if I get the menu and I order it, I don't anticipate that I'm never going to get it. I don't sit there wondering where my pasta is I ordered half an hour ago. I just assume it's coming, right? A lot of you aren't assuming it's coming. And that's when you're in the waiting state, right? So just think about in a restaurant, you always assume that you're going to get your food. You never sit at a restaurant. Why would you sit in a restaurant and sit there and never get your end? Of course you're going to get your food. I mean, it might take a while, There might be delays, but you get your food in the end. Otherwise, why the fuck are you there? You guys have got to imagine you'll get the food in the end. Either you'll get the food in the end or you've already got the food. You've already got your SP. You're already married. You understand the difference? I want you to honestly think, whenever you're in the waiting state, if I was in a restaurant right now waiting for food and just sat there for months waiting for them to bring the food out, would this be a logical thing to do in real life? That's what I'm doing with my brain right now. I'm in this, when will he ever come? Will this ever work? It's taking too much time. Where is he? Thinking, if you're like that, you're sitting in the restaurant and you've been sitting there for a week and everyone's just getting their food around you and you're still waiting because you're not in the state of, my food's coming. I can get along with my conversation here because my food's on its way. I went to a restaurant the other night with a friend of mine. We ordered the wine and they took forever to take our order because we kept chatting. We hadn't seen each other for a long time. We kept chatting. We kept going, can you give us 5 minutes? Can you give us 5 minutes? Eventually they stopped serving us and never came back. And he was like, are they ever going to come back and serve us? And we were sitting there for like 15 minutes waiting for service after that, after we said, give us 5 minutes, 15. And eventually we had to wave someone down. So a lot of you are delaying yourself even putting the order in, okay? That's your, does this even work? I don't know about the law of assumptions. Sounds woo-woo to me. I don't think he wants me. I don't think I'll be able to do this. That's that. Then we ordered. That's the, I'm putting my order in. I am loved. I am wanted. We are together. We're happily together. He wants me. No one compares to me. That's the order. Put the order in with the universe, the restaurant. It's not the universe, guys. It's with yourself, but okay. Say the universe if that fucking helps you because you come from some woo-woo bitch who says universe, right? We'll put the order in. Then we are sitting there happily getting along with our conversation, knowing our food is coming. And that food came out quick smart after we waited 15 minutes to put the order in. We delayed our own order, right? And that food came, was delightful, blah, blah, blah. When you guys are putting the order in, a lot of the time, you're literally worrying the food will never arrive. So can you imagine what kind of night we would have had, my friend and I, catching up, if the entire time we were like, hang on, let's get back to that subject. Where is our food? Do you think they got our order? Do you think we should check with the waiter? Let me just check the 3D and just check that waiter put our order in. Excuse me. Can you get our waiter? And then they go get another waiter. And then you have a discussion about, do you think maybe they got it wrong or they didn't put it in? Or all this 3D checking. Then your waiter comes over. I just want to check that our food, the order was put in. And they're like, yes, I put the order in. You're like, oh, okay, fine, okay. Fine, okay, thanks. How embarrassing. You get along with your conversation. Anyway, how have you been, blah, 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 and tell me more about your job, and da-da-da-da-da. Oh, you got a new job, and blah, 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 and then it takes more time, and then you're like, you're looking over at the waiter. You're looking at the kitchen door. Where is it? Where is he? Where is my happily ever after? Where's my food? Then you wave the waiter over again. Is it going to take much longer? This is you asking me how long it's going to take. Then the waiter goes, like I do, yes, I told you it's coming. It's only been 10 minutes. You're like, oh, like the average wait time for that meal you ordered is like 15. And you delayed your order, remember? So now you've waited half an hour. Oh, that's right. We were gas bagging too long, and yeah, so now it's going to be half an hour. That's fine. Oh, fine. Okay, all right. Then it comes out. Then you're worried. Oh, is that mine? I wonder if they've ordered the right thing. Give me the right thing. Is that? Oh yeah. Is this what I ordered? Oh yeah. This is right. Imagine if you did that with your manifestation. Most of you are. Oh, I don't think this is going to work. He's long distance. He's got a third party. He told me to fuck off and die. We're no contact. I blocked him. I did something wrong. He's upset with me. Blah, blah, blah. That's the not even putting the order in. Then I tell you, or someone else tells you, listen, you've got to stop thinking you did something wrong. You've got to stop thinking they want someone else. You've got to start thinking you're together. Live together in your mind. Oh, okay. You start doing the manifesting part. Oh, we're together, we're living happily ever after. He's married to me. Blah, 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 blah. Great. Then the doubt kicks in when you feel you don't deserve it. You feel like there's still a third party and they want someone else. You haven't seen the calls and texts. You haven't heard from them. You saw them and they were rude to you. They're still upset with you, they said. They didn't apologize when they contacted you. It hasn't gone the way you wanted, the way you imagined. Blah, 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 blah. That's all your self-concept stuff. And all your checking the 3D stuff. And all your thinking this will never work stuff. Or you won't get it because you don't fucking deserve it stuff. And you're delaying it. You're even more in the waiting stage because of all of that thinking. So how do you not be in that waiting stage? You start deciding what your end is and you live there and you do not doubt it and you don't allow your self-concept things, your ideas of yourself that cause you to doubt it, your ideas of yourself that cause you to think you don't deserve it, to fuck it up. Yes, you can live in this end, but you've also got to not doubt it while you're doing it, guys. You've got to not be in the waiting stage while you do it. So this course is going to teach you how to not be in the waiting stage at all. But you've got to live there and decide you deserve the end. And so many of you don't. So that's what this course will help you with. It starts September 1st inside my Subconscious Law Squad. Come and join us in there. You'll also get all the benefits of the squad. So when we drop our courses and challenges, just part of your $50 membership or $35 if you join yearly, and you get all the other benefits. I go live on a Friday and answer your questions. There's the Q&A forum to ask your questions anytime. And there's also the Mentor Mondays where you can actually ask Marianne questions. Marianne, who I did the interview with, and Kat. They each run a Mentor Monday every Monday with our wonderful, skilled mentors who know how to manifest properly, who know how to do this. Plus, you can watch the interview with Marianne that I just did on Friday. It's in the squad now, live on the newsfeed. It's a live, okay? Just excuse the way our faces look. All right, guys. I will see you in the squad. And thanks for following me. And if you're watching this back on YouTube, make sure to subscribe. I will see you soon. Bye, guys. Bye.